We saw yesterday the unemployment rate's fallen to 3.4%, the lowest level for almost 50 years. More Aussies are going to work, meaning less people, of course, are relying on welfare. But the trouble is business is now facing critical staff shortages. We've been talking about this for quite a while. So there are calls mounting to loosen the rules for pensioners. The opposition says they should be able to do twice as much work before losing any of their pension payments. Joining me now to discuss this and other issues is the Australian Industry Group Chief Executive, Ines Willox. Good to talk to you again, Ines. Is there a decent pool of retired labour pensioners out there that could be useful across the economy?
No, absolutely. It's a complete no-brainer. People retire, they leave work, they get stood down, they go into a pension, and then it becomes very hard, if not impossible, for them to contribute to the workforce anymore. And the big issue here, this is a huge pool of labour. I mean, nobody's suggesting that 80-year-olds should be, using jackhammers or things like that. But what we're suggesting here, and business has been suggesting for a long time, is an easing of the rules around income that pensioners can earn, which will allow them to contribute to the workforce, either on a full-time or more likely on a part-time basis, and a whole range of roles. So there's potentially tens of thousands of people out there who could continue to play, if they choose to, a meaningful role in the workforce. And that would benefit the economy, it would benefit them, it would benefit business. So it is a complete no-brainer.
It just seems a win all round because they'll be healthier, they'll be more productive, they'll spend more money. The government's going to pick up tax or something anyway. It'll be great for the businesses. Yeah. Do you think this is one of the issues that'll get a run at the Jobs Summit?
I hope so, Chris. There's been some indications from the government that they are keen to have a look at it. We've been pushing this for a while. We're really pleased the opposition picked it up as an idea and have run with it, and we'd be equally pleased if the government also picked it up and ran with it. The simple fact, Chris, is that Australia's run out of people. That's what the reality of the unemployment data is, month after month. We just don't have enough people for jobs. We have hundreds of thousands of unfilled jobs, and we need to get more people in the workforce. So pensioners is one way. The other way is to make adjustments around childcare to allow more people, particularly women, to get in and contribute in the workforce, should they contribute to, as well as the other issue around migration and skilled migration.
Now, as you know, I keep looking at the energy situation. I see what's going on in Europe. I fear we're going down even further down the same path. Of course, we know we've got to look at emissions and look at the climate action, do our bit around the world. There are signs now, though, that at least some large business organisations are saying, let's get rid of the prohibitions against nuclear energy. Therefore, just open up the legal settings so that if there is a viable economic plan for emissions-free nuclear energy, this country could look at it.
Well, Chris, we've been pushing this for a while, and now it's come out as part of the conversation around the 43% emissions reduction target. And look, it's very clear to us that you have to keep nuclear on the table and explore it as an option. It'd be crazy not to, quite frankly. Now, there's going to be issues around cost and technological development, but the fact is that the technology around nuclear has fundamentally changed. I was talking with a member today, Dow Chemicals, and they were reinforcing to me that last week they announced they are going to be building a small, compact nuclear facility next to one of their plants in the Gulf of Mexico to power it, basically as an emissions reduction measure. That's what they're working to. They're excited about this. This is where industry wants to go, and if we're going to reach those emission reduction targets and more, we've got to keep all options on the table. We can't just be 100% renewable. That's not going to work. We need other measures as well. And you've got to think too, the fossil fuel facilities, the coal-fired power plants, etc. The way things are going, they're just going to run out of life over the next decade or so. So we need other options. And nuclear, for reasons around emissions reduction, around reliability, around technological change, all need to be on the table. We're going down the path of nuclear submarines. To do that, we need a nuclear industry capacity to back that up, whether you like it or not. We really shouldn't have it illegal to have anything to do with nuclear in Australia, which is pretty much the way it is now.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. It also means we can use some of the land that's is now wasted because of coal extraction and coal-fired power stations. Less transmission needs to be put in place. There's so many reasons to look at this. I'm pleased that it's getting ahead of steam. Thanks for joining us, Innes.
Thanks, mate. Good luck with the showdown.
Yes, indeed. Innes Willox will be at the MCG, no doubt, barracking for his beloved Magpies on Sunday. Saturday night, it's the showdown, Crows versus Port. No one's making the finals, but it'll still be like a grand final.